Hey everyone, welcome to another Vallejo and WizKids basic set painting tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be covering dungeon depths. That's everything that exists in the subterranean dungeons that your adventurers will enjoy. In this tutorial we'll be covering stone and bone and then also blood, which exists in a lot of dungeons. Strap in, here we go.
For this tutorial we'll need the How to Paint Dungeon Depths basic set, a set of Vallejo dry brushes including a 0, a 1, and a 2, a Vallejo dry brush, some water, some paper towel, and a paint palette. Now to start with stone, you're going to need to base coat the area with heavy blue-gray. Now much like the heavy blue-gray, the heavy brown is also an extra opaque paint, which means that it can be applied in one coat with sufficient coverage. You want to use a number 2 brush for both this and the heavy blue-gray from the step before. Now once the base coat is dry, you're going to want to add a wash of black wash, slightly diluted with water, just a couple drops, to add some depth to the stone. Once the wash is completely dry, you're going to want to add a dry brush of Stonewall Gray as described in the step-by-step pamphlet. Then you're going to want to use a sepia wash to go in and bring out the brown color of that heavy brown once again. Then, focusing on mostly the edges, you're going to want to do a dry brush of bone white. Now for bone, such as skulls, etc., you're going to want to use a base coat of bone white, slightly diluted with water so that it flows nicely. We're talking maybe 1 or 2 drops. Now we're going to take some sepia wash, diluted with just a few drops of water, and we're going to apply it to the bone areas to add depth and shadow. This will also make them look slightly aged. Then with the number 0 brush, we're going to go back in with bone white and highlight the foreheads, tops of the brows, and any other areas that would be hit most by light. Now to add a cool blood effect, we're going to stipple on some dried blood. And what that means is you're basically poking your brush onto the surface with the tip of the bristles. And this will give it a bit of an uneven texture and look. Then we're going to go in with some fresh blood, which is a lighter color of the blood effect paint. And we're going to focus mostly inside the areas that you covered with dry blood. For this we're using a 0 brush.
Thanks for watching this tutorial and I hope you enjoyed it. When you're done painting your miniatures, make sure that you tag Vallejo, WizKids, and Realmsmith in your social posts so we can see what you came up with. And also make sure to check out the other amazing technique sets and the starter sets in the WizKids Vallejo paint line. We'll see you again soon.